able to say a little bit about what you're doing there?
Well, I'm doing albedo tiles. So what we're doing, we've got two grey tiles here. You can see one's lighter, one's darker. Essentially, I'm not doing the research. I'm just collecting the samples. So this is going to Uliana, who's based in Boulder, Colorado, Professor Uliana, and essentially she's judging the colour of the snow compared to the tiles, and that's actually it's fairly straightforward science, isn't it? If there's particulates in the snow making it darker, it's going to absorb light quicker and it's going to melt quicker. So that's what the albedo tiles are doing. Snow depth, and this has gone down to 1 metre. So I've done that, I've just finished that. So actually what I should say is the first thing we did was we found clear snow. We took a waypoint so we know where on the globe we are, and the samples I've collected actually are here, and I've got two 50 centimetre quadrants in the same zone. I've sampled the depth of the snow, and I think that's a metre. Whether I'm hitting ice, I don't know, but it won't go any further. I've got the temperature of the snow, and then what I've done with my scoop and what's in the bag is the top centimetre or so of the snow, and by doing parallel lines one side and a vertical scoop the other, what we hope is we've got a good cross section, top centimetre of the snow in this area. I have to say I finished. I wouldn't have done it with these dirty gloves on because I've been on the stove as well. This is looking for soot, for black carbon. So I've washed my hands in the snow beforehand, I've washed the scoop in the snow, and that's trying to avoid any cross contamination. I mean, you can see the environment in which we're in. We do the best we can, but we take precautions where we can. The other thing I've done is the density of the snow, and we've weighed the cup. We've then filled it just with one pretty much scoop, not patted it down or anything, weighed the snow, and it's interesting over the different sampling sites how the density of the snow varies. Well, we hope that's what will happen. It's interesting if it does. We may find on top of a glacier it doesn't, and the intention is we're going to do this every kilometre. I've also checked for the type of snow crystal, rounded grains, faceted crystals, mixed forms, and you can see there's a very, in fact I can show you what we do. Essentially just a sprinkling, and before it melts, gauge which type of snow crystals we think we've got here. And as it happened, when I tested it, and we also record the time, the date, so when I tested it at 12:30, I judged it to be faceted crystals. I mean, it's melting because obviously we're in the height of the sun today, so that's what's happening there. So let me just recap then. On this site I'm doing snow depth, snow temperature, albedo, the top centimetre from my two quadrants for the presence of black carbon, soot, and snow density. And that is the precious sample from waypoint 1, and we can follow that up. So essentially we out here in the field can melt this and push it through a filter, and the filter picks up any tiny particulates of carbon. So we'll probably film that when we get to it later. So that's coming back with us, and I've recorded the data. I'm actually just going to take a photograph because this strikes me as quite a vulnerable piece of paper with my cold hands. So I'm going to photograph that. I have also, before we walked around it, photographed the site. Although actually I realise, well, at midday, 12:30, I thought we were fine with shadows. But actually it's amazing how even in the last hour or so that's moved on. So a photograph of that, and I'm done. We're off to the next sample site.